Here we are, Operation Acorn Drop. Going, this is plan E.
We had to pull our shoes off and start counting toes, the number of plans we've gone to.
We're going in, trying to down this logging road where we talked about on the map last night, where we think the deer's bedding. We done moved, we done messed up on his bedding like 3 times, so this is the only spot it can be. Look at that mosquito right there. So hang on.
Oh.
First kill of the whole trip time in Tennessee.
And didn't even have to track it.
That's my first kill since dove season.
Didn't even have to track it.
We're gonna go in here and see if we can't find some sign. Hopefully there's a massive scrape. We're gonna move some cameras around. Throw up a stand. Spending many afternoons looking at this spot and didn't see a deer. One fall under my one fall. I saw one fall during the velvet. So where I'm at right now is right over there. We're about to go right down in here. You can see a trail right there.
The fence is up. You would think it'd cross.
Just gonna tiptoe our way through here, see if we can't find something worth moving the stand for. See, he's down here, see what we see. You still have been walking. So that's where we're at right now. Hoping to just ease down in here and find some sign, hopefully. Darrell's got to stand way on back in here. I don't know if we got to go that far. Hopefully not. We've got to infiltrate in the lines here. Another rub right there. Because I think he's got to be bedding on back in there.
See, that hillside gets really thick.
I mean, I just wonder if it's worth just easing right in there just to look. We can see deer right here just feeding. That's at least hitting a tree.
He's running.
Man, I wish I had my binoculars. There's a buck about 100 yards from us hitting a tree. He looks like a decent deer, don't he? Better than anything I've seen. I'd whack him. This is crazy. I wish I had the big camera, but you can't see him, but he's probably 120 yards in there tearing up a tree. That's a good sign.
That's a good sign. How do we handle this now?
I don't know.
Because there's bugs where we want to be.
Which is normally a good problem to have, but
do we ease out of here and come back at lunch?
Or do we just chill out for a little bit? That thing's gonna feed off, because I mean they're definitely feeding.
Yeah.
Look at him right here. Dude, he's in bow range just about. He sees us now. It probably would help if I wasn't dressed like a gym teacher. Then we'll just go look in that little bowl. Gonna ease up with this deer eased on up and then we'll come back down the ridge. They've been crossing right here. They've been wearing them out right here too. This may be the spot. It's pretty in here. So it ain't far from it. It ain't far. That Darrell's got another stand on his head. It ain't far at all, you see. $100 yards. Go up there and check it out. They've been hammering. Oh, they're wearing these out. These right here. Ain't no doubt.
That's a chestnut. That's even better than red. That's why they're so big.
Yeah, them big chestnuts will knock a man out. Look at this freaking trail. Scrape right here. Trail right here is just absolutely war slap out. Look at that. They're definitely running this edge. Look, there's squirrels. That's a good sign. I mean, them big deer could be bedding on the other side. That's right.
Because the other side drops off, starts dropping off.
Then we gotta hang it up here.
I want to be in here where I can shoot this edge.
Or for a
a west wind, he could put it on one of these trees
almost
here.
been in that big split tree if you can get up high enough. Yeah. Like we found a contender. We're gonna go get our stuff. Got a lot of work to do now, but it'll be worth it. We got a little bit of a change of plan. We were coming over there before we went and got that other stand to check Darrell's old stand to get it ready, just to make sure it was good to go. And this little knob within 20 yards just tore over rubs. Biggest rubs by far that we found. And you could still shoot the flat where we were, so where we were gonna hang the stand. So we're gonna get this stand ready. I think just get it all set to go, and I'm gonna come back and on this because this thick right here, these deer could be bedded anywhere on this little knob. Just tore up with rubs. Crazy how this stand's been here for 4 years and it's in the right spot. Darrell must know something about what he's doing. Okay, another little change of plans. The stand was at a point past gone. I'm getting it reset. It was growing in the tree so much you had to take an axe to it and try not to make that much noise. So I came over here and pulled this primal lock on that I've been in a cornfield and moving it in here and throw it up on the same tree. But the field's that way. I've put the sweatsuit into full effect. I'm drenched, but this is a cool spot. Got this stand readjusted and hung up above Darrell's old stand, facing back down, looking down this ridge, this old logging road. I think these deer are probably crossing, but at least you can see good enough in here to where if we need to make adjustments, we can. But very easily one could come through here, catch him off guard, just far off the field, hopefully. Get out of here, go get a shower, and try to get back in here pretty early because I think they may get on their feet a little bit earlier in this stuff and mill around these acorns. That'll be a good set. Walking out this main trail here. I'm gonna put one of Darrell's Spartans up, looking back up this trail and on one of these scrapes. Try to get my stuff together and get back in here fairly early. Got high hopes for tonight. Been the middle of the October lull at its finest. To be honest with you, it's been rough on me since about August, but hoping to break out of it, getting a little more aggressive on this deer. Got everything in the tree except the camera. Hoping cutting some of this distance off that one of these bucks are gonna show, because they got to be a decent deer in there. Them rubs like that. I'm hoping this is the area he's bedding at. He doesn't fool us every other time, but maybe we got it right this time. It's hot. I'm soaked. I had a pretty good little hill to pull to get up here, but man, it's pretty dead silent. No wind much at all, but it's supposed to be out of the west, but it ain't. It's out of the east, but it's got a run of south in it, so I should be okay, hopefully. But as I was climbing in, it's either the white oak or the red oak. It's dropping acorns and it's probably 30, 35 yards. All these rubs are out front to the west of me. There's an old logging road that runs this ridge. I can see bits and pieces of it down. Hopefully them deer are using it. But this is kind of the wider portion of where them deer really pinched down behind me going down to the cornfield. It's all back in here. My buddy Sam Clement would call this a spot in the bowels. Hopefully one of these mature deer will show. It ain't gonna take much for me to let it roll. There's a lot of acorns down by the creek right there where we crossed. Kind of where we put the camera at, where most of the scrapes are at. But we got to leave it a little more aggressive and got on up here because we think a lot of these deer, judging by these trails, are probably going to be bedding over this hill. There's some select cut, all grown up thick mess. So I'm hoping that's where they're at. get no video of her. Look like a doe come through here. There comes her phone. To be prime time. 5 or 6 does and fawns come through. A couple of them were in bow range, but literally on both sides, as far as you can see, deer just filtering through here, just milling on Acorns, getting their way to that cornfield. This is kind of on the line of some thick stuff, so I'm hoping one of them bugs will cruise through here. Oh my gosh, I just screwed this whole thing up. I'm in shock right now. Absolute shock. I'm shocked that I saw him. Both of them. I don't know what else I could have done. A freaking doe busted me. They were all up in there, probably 65 yards going down the hill. And the does turned and were feeding at 36. I don't know what else I mean, she saw me, and then all hell broke loose. And I ain't just sure after she saw me when she got around here before she blew. Damn, that GoPro was blinking. This thing got so late in here. I don't know that she might have seen that, or it was just when she originally picked me off trying to get in position. Either way, I screwed it up. Or either way you look at it. You talk about pushing him to be nocturnal. Already got everything against us with this Acorns and this moon, but he came out plenty of light. After all that mess went on, and these little bugs come by, I can hear them up there rubbing trees 80 yards. Dadgummit. What a set, though. Unbelievable.
We found his bedroom.
Golly, makes me sick. I don't know if I screwed it up or not. Man, I think she saw me. I know she saw me.